So as you know, Grounded 2 recently got an update, and within that update, there came with a lot of good changes, but it also came with a lot of problems as well. So in this video, I'm going to be covering a lot of the problems that did occur with this recent update, just to shed some light on these issues that are in the game, and just to let you all know you're not alone if you're experiencing some of these. There are plenty of people upset, especially about the crashes they're posting on Reddit, about how they're starting to happen more after this update. As you see here, for an example, all of a sudden crashing very often. Just these past 2 days, all of a sudden my game crashes after maybe 20-30 minutes. WTF, anyone else experiencing this? Same, Xbox, no problems during last week. This person said, Grounded never learned, still crashing. I quit the first Grounded because of server lagging and crashing, and I'm about ready to do the same with Grounded 2. 7 times myself or my friend have crashed out today. I already lost my first game save due to crashing and corrupting the save. Why can't they sort out their servers? It's not that bloody hard to do, for goodness sake. And here's just another one. I'm not going to read all of the posts there are out there. But yeah, this person said, I have been too patient. I'm in the middle of nowhere collecting berries and an orc raid comes at me, so I run away because I don't want to deal with them, but every time I run away, the game crashes. This has happened 5 to 6 times so far. I understand that this is an early access game, but I shouldn't be forced to fight the orc attack because I don't want my game crashing. My armor is almost broke. My staff is almost broke. I don't feel like fighting them. Let me leave. Yeah, you can see players are genuinely upset about the issues that have started to occur after this first major update that Grounded 2 got. Don't worry though, I'm here to tell you guys that the developers are aware of a lot of these problems, and hopefully they will be smoothed out sometime in the near future. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into all of this. We'll be covering more about what people are saying too. But just wanted to cover pretty much all the issues that are currently happening in the game, just to let you guys aware of what's currently occurring in the game, so you guys aren't feeling alone that it may just be happening to you, you know? So yeah, let's get into all of this. Hope you find this informative as well as enjoyable. If you do find this enjoyable, consider leaving a like. Let's see if we can get this video to surpass 500 likes so we can get this news passed around to more players in the Grounded 2 community. But yeah, as always, that's totally up to you. Let's get into all of this though. So I'm just going to be starting off with this giant post about the update and issues that came with this. Let me go ahead and just pull it up here on the screen. So as you can see, just about a week ago, this person made a Megathread with all of the known issues. And of course he had help from the comments too on this Reddit post. So now I'm going to be covering all the known issues pretty much that came with this update. So yeah, let's get into these. Go ahead and click this. And here we go, guys. There's a lot going on here. And it's good to know they are investigating and are aware of a lot of these. It's quite a bit to cover here. So as you can see, they did fix quite a bit. Patch 1.2, but it came with a lot of problems, such as performance issues, stability crashes. If you're experiencing those, I've seen a lot of posts over those on Reddit. You're not alone. There's a lot of crashes currently occurring in Grounded 2. Players living far away from each other may experience high ping and low frame rate. So keep that in mind if you're playing together and you're living far away from each other. By living, I mean, you know, your bases are far away from each other. You could be experiencing frame rate problems due to that. During extended multiplayer session, the game may start to freeze temporarily for the client. This is another problem happening. Also kind of goes hands in hand with the crashes that are occurring. Honestly, this was supposed to be fixed, but it's still occurring. Crossplay crash, Steam only. Crashes are occurring left and right now. It's actually insane. If you go on the Grounded 2 Reddit, you'll see there's so many posts about the crashes. And boy, are they upset. Opening storages greatly reduce performance. By the way, if you find some issues that are happening to you that you don't see in this, feel free to comment it down below in the comments. Game crashes when player tries to run from Orc Wave. Once again, crashing. Game crashes while fighting near redacted Milk Molar stash. Some players are unable to play multiplayer after logging into their Microsoft account. And like I mentioned, you're going to be seeing posts left and right. Like here's one, for example. Holy cow, Grounded 2 early access is in a rough state. And yeah, as you can see, he had a lot to say about a lot of the issues. Crashing problems aside too. So those are the major issues that are happening. Anyways, we got progression here. Pebblet Foundation needs to be purchased again after save load. Player has one attempt at fighting redacted. Player stuck in tutorial area. Objective to defeat the Orc Wave is blocked if Mix R is completed before the encounter. Gameplay issues. Clover leaves are falling through garden patch when harvested. Repairing not working correctly when near another object. Game repair, recover backpack is inconsistent. Which, by the way, if your backpack like fell out of bounds somewhere, you can recover it by going to the settings. I'll go ahead and just show you all real quick here in game. So if you press start and go down to game repair, and you could choose to recover backpack, and this will make your backpack spawn at the starting area of the game. So that's good to know. Anyways, buggies have the chance to be summoned in the terrain. Buggies have collision with looted corpse. There's actually a lot of problems going on with the buggies, like getting in your way too. Like the pathing for the buggy seems to be off. It gets in people's way a lot. I mean, you can have the choice to make it stay though. Don't get me wrong, that's handy. But on the same part, there is a lot of pathing issues seems to be happening with the buggy. Anyway, snail shell may block entrances to anthills. Snap to grid option often snaps building to surface that is not targeted by the player. Buggy's inventory opened through storage appears larger and can delete items. Weapons thrown in the snack bar front may fall through world. Buggy not dropping backpack on woe. Chance to unequip weapon with full inventory when equipped with two-hand weapon while swinging the Omni tool. Chance to lose weapon in specific circumstances while dismounting a buggy. Client can get stuck in revive animation. Pouch with multiple items can disappear if hit. Quick charge bonus from grub armor set disappears after switching a weapon. Some creatures can appear without textures. Players can lose shield if two are equipped and die. So that was the gameplay issues that are currently occurring. So yeah, there are a lot of problems going on right now. And this is actually a community issue tracker. Pretty handy here. But anyways, water drops stay on grass. Backpack may fall out of bounds. Tears or holes in terrain. Several resources may flicker for clients. Dropped resource stacks will fall under map. Brittle marble cannot be looted in redacted Queen's Chamber. Red ants can spawn inside ground near the hatchery anthill south entrance. Spears stuck in creatures might fall out of world. Throwables can clip through walls. Foliage can grow through floors and foundations. Debug text visible in the air. Now to user interface issues. Cannot use sort feature in storage chests. No buggy keybind option. Omni tool and interact use cannot be rebinded to the same key. Movement bound to Z key is not working during building. Debug string in range request will it grind. Changing the Omni tool keybind in settings does not update the UI prompt for repair. And lastly, audio. Game is silent when sample rate is above 192. Yeah. So that is quite a bit of issues that are happening. If any of these are happening to you, don't worry, you're not alone. There's actually a lot of people reporting these. Let's go back to this post here. And if you go down to the comments, look at all these people complaining and upset about the issues they are having. But hey, I mean, at the same time, the complaints and talking about the issues brings them more to light so the developers know what's the problems and what players are upset about. I mean, yeah, being kicked from my wife's game every 5 to 10 minutes is annoying, and sadly I see the same thing was happening in Grounded 1. I really hope this gets fixed because it's very bad. You can't even call your buggy and get stuck away from your base. Yeah, this is just one comment. I mean, there are tons of comments talking about some issues here, and you can clearly see a lot of players are upset. Frame rate is screwed after the update. It drops every 3 to 5 seconds. It wasn't dropping at all. Patch made the game unplayable. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it seems like the most recent update they had, a lot of things did get worse, unfortunately, but we got to keep in mind this is early access, so it's good that players are mass reporting these issues right now and talking about them, because that's how you get things fixed. If you genuinely care about things, you got to talk about them, you know? You got to bring them up, you got to resolve the issues, and one way to do that is bringing them up and talking about it like you see in this huge mega thread of the issues. Anyways, carrying on with some other comments. This update completely made the game unplayable to play. Crashes after about a minute in game. That's insane, guys. Like I was saying, there's tons of people talking about crashes right now. I seem to have quite a few bugs stuck underground. I remember Grounded 1 Early Access had an option to kill all bugs and reset them to their spawn location. Love to see that in Grounded 2 Early Access. I like to see that too. Yeah, this person was talking about it as well. On PC, when running away from orc attack, game consistently crashes after getting far enough to fail attack. That's good to know. Xbox here, he had a lot of reports going on here of a lot of issues. The game, once again, this person's talking about the game crashes every 1 to 2 hours for me on Xbox, and spiders look very weird and deformed when walking over things like stones or through grass. Pretty crazy. I mean, look at all these comments, guys. This goes on and on and on. Like the freaking title said, this is a Megathread. I'm not going to sit here and just read off every single one of these players' comments, but you can see there's a lot of issues going on. If you want to further investigate this, feel free. But yeah, I'll go ahead and read a few more. I started playing today and played for about 5 hours with some friends. Went into one of the labs and my game glitched and I fell off the map and completely lost my character. That sucks. I'm not sure where to put it. The issue tracker is not mobile friendly. Which, speaking of the issue tracker, let's go back to that real quick. It seems like the issue tracker is tracking how many people talk about the issue. I believe 369 people reported this performance issues. 285 reported stability crashes. I mean, you get it. You could see the ones that are more serious are happening to more people right now, and ones that aren't made as aware. But either way, they're still serious problems. A lot of them can be, like, for instance, the one falling through the map, or losing your backpack that fell through the map. That personally happened to me, and I had to figure out how to get the backpack back, and eventually I found that out by using the game repair setting. Anybody crashing like crazy today? I've been dashboard 3 times in under an hour, this guy said. Dictator salad 2 days ago. So yeah, this is an ongoing problem right now, and there's still more comments. You can see this, view more comments. I don't know how many comments are here. Sheesh. Let's see how many comments. 250 comments here of reporting bugs. Wild. I'll go ahead and read this one too. Well, the infinite sizzle bug still isn't fixed. I take even a tiny hint of sizzle damage, and after a second, when it should start to decline, it maxes out the meter until death. No amount of smoothies or sizzle resistant helps. This person said you need to die for the fix to take effect. Crazy. Feels like my frame rate, as reported by the AMD overlay for my Radeon, went down by quite a bit with this patch. So yeah, just figured I'd report these issues and how players are unhappy after this update with a lot of the performance issues that are currently happening, and just in general a lot of problems that are happening right now in Grounded 2. But it's good to know that a lot of these are being made aware and talked about, and hopefully though a lot of these will maybe be smashed out of the game within the next update. I know for sure by the time the game is actually in full access and it's not in early access and no more, it'll definitely be smoothed out. You got to think. This is still in the early access of Grounded 2. But yeah, just wanted to report the news over this. Hope you all found this informative. If you are crashing, trust me, you're not alone. It's not an issue with like your internet or your system or whatever. A lot of players are experiencing it, as well as a lot of other problems that I just went over. Just keep that in mind. You're not alone with the problems. There's plenty of others that are having problems with playing the game currently. But yeah, I'm out of here, everyone. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, peace.